We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebs who were banned from social media.
You know, my opinions have been wrong, but they were never wrong consciously to hurt people.
I am here to give you permission to be angry.
Now, I did this yesterday as a joke.
For this list, we'll be looking at famous people who had their access to social media removed, whether permanently or temporarily. The ban must have been for the entire platform, and it must not have been voluntary, so celebrities like Adele, Chrissy Teigen, and Logan Paul will not be included. Which ban do you think was the most righteous? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Talib Kweli. This rapper is perhaps best known as half of rap duo Black Star, opposite Mos Def.
Brooklyn, New York City, where they paint murals of Biggie.
He has also collaborated as a solo artist with the likes of Kanye West and Pharrell Williams. In July of 2020, Kweli was banned from Twitter after sending countless messages to a woman named Maya Moody. As Twitter told Jezebel, Kweli was banned for, quote, repeated violations of the Twitter rules. Violence, harassment, and other similar types of behavior discourage people from expressing themselves. After Moody commented on his marriage to a light-skinned woman, as well as the marriages of several other rappers, Kweli accused Moody of sympathizing with white supremacists and repeatedly sent her tweets over the course of 14 days. His actions eventually caused others to message Moody as well, and some of her personal details were publicly posted through Twitter, including pictures of her parents. Number 9. Milo Yiannopoulos.
No, I mean, I've never identified as the alt-right. The press seems determined to crown me the queen of it.
There are few public voices today as controversial as Milo Yiannopoulos. Yiannopoulos served as an editor and writer for the far-right outlet Breitbart News. While his writing has criticized concepts like social justice, political correctness, and feminism, Yiannopoulos often leaned into his troll persona, referring to himself as, quote, the most fabulous supervillain on the internet. In July 2016, Yiannopoulos was permanently banned from Twitter after taking part in the online intimidation of Leslie Jones following the release of Ghostbusters.
And they really believe in what they believe in.
Yeah.
And it's so mean. Like, it's so gross and mean and unnecessary.
3 years later, he was removed from Facebook in a mass ban that included other controversial figures, having been declared a, quote, dangerous individual.
Most of the people on the list have prominent media profiles. That includes the likes of Alex Jones with his website InfoWars, ex-Breitbart News editor Milo Yiannopoulos, and political activist Laura Loomer.
Number 8. Martin Shkreli. This American businessman made headlines in 2015 when his company, Turing Pharmaceuticals, obtained the manufacturing license for Daraprim, a drug commonly used in the treatment of individuals with HIV/AIDS, and hiked its price from $13.50 to $750 per pill. Shkreli was later jailed and sentenced to 7 years under a charge of securities fraud, though this wasn't connected to the Daraprim price hike.
The 34-year-old found guilty on 3 of 8 counts related to securities fraud.
Prior to incarceration, Shkreli was permanently suspended from Twitter in 2017 after his inappropriate online behavior towards freelance journalist Lauren Duca. This included photoshopping his own head onto a photo of Duca's husband Michael Scott style.
What is this?
That is my Christmas card.
He also sent Duca a DM inviting her to Donald Trump's inauguration, writing, quote, hey, I have a +1 to the inaug if you want to be my +1. To which Duca replied, quote, I would rather eat my own organs. Number 7. Rihanna. Not even one of the most popular artists of our time can get away with posting racy photos on social media. In 2014, Rihanna continuously posted provocative photos of herself on Instagram, some of which came from the French adult magazine Lui, essentially the French version of Playboy. This blatantly went against Instagram's no nudity policy, and Rihanna's page went missing. Following fan outrage, Instagram restored Riri, saying, quote, this account was mistakenly caught in one of our automated systems and very briefly disabled. We apologize for any inconvenience. However, the page soon disappeared again, and it would be 6 months until Rihanna returned, posting a cute doodle of herself shaking hands with the Instagram logo.
When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds
Number 6. Alex Jones.
And I myself, almost had like a form of psychosis back in the past where I basically thought everything was staged.
Likely the most infamous American conspiracy theorist, Alex Jones is best known as the founder of the far-right website InfoWars. His conspiracy theories target many historic events, including 9/11 and the moon landing. Not surprisingly, his controversial opinions have earned him widespread bans from social media platforms.
Some thought we shouldn't broadcast this interview because his baseless allegations aren't just offensive, they're dangerous.
In September 2018, Jones was permanently banned from Twitter for, quote, tweets and videos that violated their abusive behavior policy. This was after he and InfoWars were already banned from Spotify, Apple, and YouTube.
That pattern, reckless accusation followed by equivocations and excuses, is classic Alex Jones.
Just 8 months after the Twitter ban, Jones and InfoWars were booted off Facebook and Instagram in the same purge that took out Milo Yiannopoulos. Number 5. Courtney Love. An alt-rock and grunge icon, Courtney Love has released 4 studio albums with her band Hole, and 1 album as a solo artist. She's also known for her very public marriage to Nirvana's Kurt Cobain, which ended with his death in 1994. More recently, Love made headlines in 2011 as the first celebrity to be subjected to a major defamation trial over comments made through Twitter. After being sued by fashion designer Dawn Simarankir, Love had her Twitter account suspended as a result of the trial and controversial comments. Love eventually settled the case for $450,000. However, she was sued yet again by attorney Rhonda Holmes over hostile tweets, but this was a case Love actually won.
A jury saying the singer did not defame one of her former lawyers in a tweet.
Number 4. PewDiePie.
I didn't think it was that big a deal, but a lot of people seem to think so.
Perhaps one of the most famous YouTubers in the world, PewDiePie has often found himself the target of extensive media coverage owing to his controversial content. Even those who don't follow YouTube culture are sure to know PewDiePie simply based on the headlines. Back in 2016, PewDiePie unverified himself on Twitter and joked that he and Jacksepticeye had joined a criminal organization, and that was why they both got unverified.
And everyone just started freaking out. So dumb.
This joke quickly caught the attention of the Twitter algorithm, and Pew's account was briefly banned for mentioning, quote, organizations and individuals associated with promoting hate. After realizing that it was just a joke, the account was reinstated a few minutes later. However, the damage was done. A few years later, PewDiePie called Twitter a cesspool and took himself off the platform.
I hate Twitter. I think about deleting mine all the time.
Number 3. Rose McGowan.
But yesterday, she had to switch to Instagram to let people know that her Twitter had been suspended.
This actress was once best known for her roles in the likes of Scream and Charmed, but today, she's most famous for her activism.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care.
Known as one of the silence breakers, McGowan has publicly spoken out against Harvey Weinstein and misconduct in Hollywood, leading Time to declare her one of their Persons of the Year in 2017.
I think people forget a lot that there's a human behind this. Someone who was very hurt and wronged.
In October of that same year, however, McGowan was briefly suspended from Twitter after posting a personal phone number. She was banned yet again in April 2021 after posting an art piece depicting a realistic-looking Bill Clinton being sensually massaged by a blonde woman. Despite it being a work of art, Twitter banned McGowan for posting, quote, privately produced/distributed intimate media of someone without their express consent. Number 2. Azealia Banks.
What you got to when I ain't there? When I ain't prepared, bitch, the end of your life.
This rapper released 1 studio album, 3 mixtapes, and 2 EPs throughout the 2010s, but it's not the music that has earned Banks fame. No, it's her social media game. Banks is widely known for her provocative social media style and outspoken views, and those views have often gotten her into trouble. In May 2016, Banks was suspended from Twitter after making racist and homophobic tweets aimed at Zayn Malik. 2 years later, her account was deactivated yet again after Banks went off on RuPaul's Drag Race contestant Monet Exchange. Banks' account was struck down a third time in October 2020 after she made some horribly crude and transphobic comments.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Donald Trump.
The company, run by Jack Dorsey, saying, after close review of recent tweets from the real Donald Trump account and the context around them, we have permanently suspended the account due to the risk of further incitement of violence.
Really, it was only a matter of time before Donald Trump was banned from social media. But it was the Capitol riot of January 6, 2021 that proved the last straw.
Twitter permanently banning the commander-in-chief's personal account with 88 million followers after an initial 12-hour lockout following Wednesday's riots at the U.S. Capitol.
The attack was spurred by Trump, who gave a speech to encourage his supporters to fight against President Biden's election victory.
Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore, and that's what this is all about.
His supporters proceeded to storm the Capitol, resulting in 5 deaths, at least 138 injured police officers, and $30 million in damages. Trump was subsequently locked out of various social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. His suspension has been upheld as of April 2021, and Trump's advisor Jason Miller told Fox News that Trump would be returning through his own platform in the near future.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.